All right. There we go. I think we've got a stream. Welcome back, everyone. This is Akinar here with more Hollow Knight Pale Court. Let's get back into it, shall we? Let's get back into... Oh, that's right. I have my key binding is set up this way. There we go. Now I should be on this file. The prompt is telling me that we're in City of Tears, but I think that's because I think... oh boy. What do I think? Because now... where have we loaded here? Oh boy. I did not boot up this game file before stream, so... interesting. Interesting. We might have a little bit of an issue here then, because I am moving around, and I can see that the little coordinates for my character are they are changing in the bottom left corner. But I don't think the game has properly registered where I was saved, and in fact, I am not able to pause the game. Wow. Interesting. I was not expecting to have technical difficulties right off the bat, but this is the nature of the beast sometimes. So why don't we go ahead and let's go to our let's go back to just chatting here for a second, and I will see if I can resolve this. I think, oh boy, what am I going to have to do here? If I can't access the pause menu, what does... I guess I have the F1. F1 allows me to get to this... There is a menu that pops up, the debug menu, but I don't have my cursor to be able to access these various settings because the game is not paused. Interesting, because we had... okay, all right. Mimai, welcome in, friend. How are you doing today? There's always something. There's always something to be dealt with. What we could do, potentially... I know there are certain keyboard... There are certain, like, keystrokes and shortcuts that can be pressed, but I only know that the ones that I know of, like to send you to the last bench, are accessed via pause. And if I can't pause, we might be in a little trouble. Happy weekend, though, to you, Mimai. How you doing? What are you playing these days? And Mavian as well in chat. An actual Go Live notification. What do you know, Mavian? Welcome in. Happy Friday. We are having a little bit of technical difficulties here to start the stream. I'm going to have to, I think, Alt F4 out of Hollow Knight, because the game file where we left off last time was descending once again into the abyss, and we made it to a wonderful, just absolutely fantastic platforming section that has been put into this Pale Court mod, and I was having the time of my life, which is why it's been a few weeks since our last stream, because I just, you know, I couldn't have too much fun in too short of a time span. So hopefully the sarcasm is evident there. I have opinions about platforming in Hollow Knight that I may share as the stream progresses here. A time of your life, at least. Yeah. There was definitely not a zero amount of time that was spent in that area. Hopefully you didn't lose any progress. Yeah, I certainly hope so, Mimai. I definitely... If worst comes to worst here, we can disable certain mods, I think. I think if it's going to send me back to the exact same place, which it does look like that's going to do, and I also don't have a way to pause, I think I'm going to have to, like, completely disable mods altogether just to get me back to a bench. I don't know if you've had an issue like this, Mabian. Any issues while doing Pale Court or any other mods. Where it's just giving you a... I'll show you what I'm seeing, because I don't know if you saw it, but I'm just here on a black screen. I have my soul meter, I have my geo count, and I have my coordinates, which I am able to, like, move left and right, apparently. There are coordinates that are being changed at the very bottom, but there's nothing on screen. What we did last time is we did the old deploy your own bench via the, what mod is it? Bench warp mod, right? We deployed our bench and we set it down on one of the platforms in the middle of this platforming section in the abyss that's been added. And apparently that didn't like where the fact that we put a bench there. So, what's up, Azu? How you doing? Triple as well. Welcome in. I think this is the first time I've seen your name in chat. We don't have too many live streams around here, but welcome in, friend. Your vids are amazing. I'm a bit new and just finished watching your Sekiro playthrough. Oh, awesome. How did you enjoy? Sekiro is such an awesome game. Hesitation is defeat as well. Your attention to detail is more than anyone I've seen. I do try. I definitely do my best. Tunnel vision and blinders can sometimes get me a little hyper-focused on certain details that are not as important as others, but I try to notice as much as I can, because there's definitely, in the FromSoft games, stuff to be noticed. Yeah, why is it minus 200? Minus 2,000? It's like we are so far off the screen. I think I'm going to have to, like, disable all my mods. Go mod-free, at least to get us out of whatever funkiness we're in here. You should play some Soma on the channel. I have played Soma many years ago now. That's an awesome game. I played it because I had also played Amnesia years before that, and I still actually like Amnesia more than Soma, or at least my memories of playing Amnesia are more memorable than those of Soma. Soma was very good, but there was something about Amnesia, and I had never played quite anything like it. And I just, like, there's not a lot of games that really genuinely scare me, or movies that genuinely scare me, or unsettle me. Amnesia was one of those. And it was maybe the only one that did it in the way that it did it. Is there just like a disable all? Do I need to disable all, or can I just disable Pale Court, I wonder? Why don't we just disable Pale Court and see what happens with that? And then if that doesn't cut it, then we can take some more steps as needed. Let's see what that does. Boot Hollow Knight back up here. My concern with just disabling the mods is that the game might not know where to put you. I know. My hope is that it's going to take me back to... Ooh, yeah. I might need to disable bench warp as well, because I was thinking it would take me back to the last bench. Because what is registered on the game file is City of Tears. It has me sitting in City of Tears, apparently, as the last bench. And, so... Ooh, it's doing... It looks like something similar here. Yeah. It has gone to... It's no longer saying... I don't remember what it was saying before, but it had some Abyss-related title. Now it's just menu title. So yeah. Yeah, this is interesting. We have an interesting start to the stream, folks, here. So bear with me as we try to iron this out. I think we should be able to get it here. We'll do a full disable on the mods. And yeah, or do we... Yeah, I know bench warp is required for all of this, for all these other mods to work. Do I just disable them all or just bench warp? Because I don't... If I disable them all... Let me just see what is turned off right now. I do have a fair bit that are turned off. So... Maybe I'll screenshot what I have turned on. Take a quick screenshot of that so I know what to turn back on later. Grab that, and we'll save that. Okay. Let's just do it like this. Let's just disable bench warp. We'll go... That's the one that I can think of that would have the most significant effect on positioning your character. This may be an issue. I hope not, Mabian. I hope not. It might have been better for us to do a save state. A save state instead of... Aha! Aha! Okay. We are back to a bench. So this is progress, I would say. This is progress. So now... now we will probably like to take some steps. This is good, maybe, and this is very good. I probably should take some steps to copy this save file and back it up. Just to be sure. The thing is, I haven't done that. If I have done it before with Hollow Knight, it's been a very long time. Thank you for the flower, Meimai. I appreciate it. I need that flower in this moment. So now that we've established that checkpoint, now let's try. Let's go back to this screen here, and we'll try re-enabling bench warp and see if that keeps us in the same spot. How's it going there, Harsh Varut? Are you going to play Night Rain? I'm not sure. I'm kind of laser focused on finishing Elden Ring, and I really don't have... I'm not ruling it out, but I also don't have plans at the moment to play Night Rain. Just because... Mainly because I just haven't thought that far ahead. Is it out? Like, I tend to be out of the loop on these sorts of things. Is it out, or is it coming out end of the month? I think it's out very soon if it's not already out. I feel like I would have heard a little bit more chatter about it. Let's go ahead and get bench warp back on. See if that'll work. It is the end of the month, yeah, 30th of May. We'll see. I just... The thing about it is that I'm generally not a multiplayer game player these days. I know there is a solo mode, but I also am kind of thinking of it as mainly a multiplayer game, the way that it's designed. So I kind of need... there's also the argument about, you know, not playing games on their release and waiting some amount of time for games to be correctly patched. Ah, interesting. Re-enabling bench warp does take it back to this state. Huh. Bench warp not allowed, huh? Bench warp not allowed. We're back to where we were. It didn't register. It's not picking up on the fact that you've got a new bench. Or it's not overriding the bench that we set in the Abyss. It's not taking us back to the bench that's in City of Tears. We could try sitting at a different bench. We could try... I'm going to disable bench warp again. And we'll go back into the game. And we'll try sitting at a different bench. I don't have high hopes for this one. But we'll see here. Please don't even mention finishing Elden Ring. I know, there's... What world exists in which I'm no longer playing Elden Ring? What the hell? Yeah, and I don't tell me, of course, but I really have no... I have no idea how much more of Elden Ring there is. Because I could see where I'm at in the DLC. I could see it lasting for, I don't know, another 20 episodes or another 100 episodes. Like, it's maybe not 100, but we just want to go anywhere. Basically anywhere but this bench. Would charms have any effect on things at all? Probably not. I highly doubt that charms would affect things. So, let's see if that might allow me to re-enable bench warp. But if not, that is unfortunate. Because, I guess we're not continuing Pale Court? I don't know. It might be a very short stream. I had not planned for this. I did not have contingencies in place here. So, so we'll find out very soon. Final boss will be another converted Fringe Tower. Oh, God. Oh, dear. You can collect flowers for the rest of times. Flowers in... Flowers in Hollow Knight? What flowers are we talking about here? It still has me... It still has me at City of Tears, but I guess I technically did not leave City of Tears. Should I have left City of Tears? Because I went to City Storerooms. I don't think that would make a difference. It is sending me back to the same... Negative 2,000. Minus 2,000. If the problem is only bench warp, you can still get around manually. Yeah, I suppose. We could try and see where it puts me without bench warp. Well, it would put me back at... It would theoretically put me back at... I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, we don't necessarily have to have bench warp. Okay. I was thinking about, you know, deploy a bench and having these quality of life things about refilling my health, but we have debug mod for that, do we not? We have debug mod. So, yeah, it's actually not the end of the world if we don't have bench warp. So let's see if Pale Court works without bench warp. It's really rando that relies on bench warp. If you don't have rando bench warp, that's pretty much a nightmare. Yeah, sorry to go. I missed your comment, Triple. I was focused on trying to get the game working here, but yeah, we're playing a sort of it's a fan-made DLC, if you will, that is very well done. There are some additional boss fights that have been top-notch. There's some new music. The assets that have been added are somewhat based on the Team Cherry assets, but also, I think, fan-made and adapted. So it's really phenomenally done. Outside of, you know, some particular portions of the world that, oh, so one interesting thing here, that there's one particular section that we reached last time, That is not exactly my favorite. That I'll maybe discuss in a little bit more detail here. One thing I hadn't thought of maybe is the fact that we were wearing Defender's Crest. It's a bench warp problem though. It's not a the fact that Defender's Crest has been modified to King's Honor. I wouldn't think that that would affect my location in terms of what bench warp cares about. In any case, we can get around without bench warp. It's fine. We don't have to have bench warp. We can live without it. What I do have to have, though, is I have to have Dashmaster, and Grubsong seems good. The King's Honor I don't have to have. We were just memeing by having that on. What else makes sense to have as part of our descent into the Abyss? Sharp Shadow, I think we determined was going to be more of a drawback than an actual asset. Any recommendations here, maybe? And by the way, if you do have, or anybody else who has played this, we're going to be doing some platforming here. I mean, obviously we could do High Blood, right? But then I'm waiting around. So I think I'd rather do Deep Focus if I'm going to do anything. And also, we can just make ourselves invincible. So this is all, like, me fretting over stuff that doesn't matter. Steady Body? Is Steady Body good? I don't think it matters. It all doesn't matter. It does seem like bench warp is the isolated issue here, which is interesting. Not Distant Village. Not Distant Village. One of the focus charms. I think Deep Focus is the one that makes sense for the platform and stuff. Okay, so Hidden Station, and we make our way once again down below, and we will use it's the fact that we put the I mean, it must be the fact that we deployed a bench. We deployed a bench somewhere where, well, if I had brought back bench warp along with the, if I had turned back reactivated bench warp and Hail Court at the same time, I think we would have still had a problem. My bet is we would have still had an issue. But hopefully this is fine. Because one way or another, we are at least playing Hollow Knight. Bench warp plus Pale Court would have been what you started with. Yeah, exactly. So we would have probably still had problems. Zamrock, what's up, my dude? Happy Friday. Welcome, welcome. We are just getting started here. And we had a little bit of minor difficulties with mods not... One particular mod apparently not working the way that that I was expecting it to. Where did we have our... There it is. Somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. Oops, I forgot we had 2 heals. Or double the heals that take twice as long. Okay, so some of this we are going to be skipping because we've done it before. We had done it last time, and we had saved part of the way through. Now, exactly where that is, I might need some help remembering. Exactly where that was. I might need a little bit of a reminder. I think we made it through this part. I feel like we made it through this part. I don't know exactly how we made it through this part. Oh my god. But I think we did do this business. Is this going to another room, or do I have to Do I have to bounce my way up here? Do I need to do this the... Why was the camera not moving up? I don't know what was up with that. Why was it not moving? It doesn't play exactly the way you want it with no clip sometimes, I guess. Did we make it this far? I think we did. Yeah, I remember this part. I do remember that. Whoop. I do remember that, which means we would have had to make it. Yeah, there's just okay. There's a little bit of funkiness with the verticality. All right, and then we made it here. We made it here, and I thought, oh, we're done. Not turn off invincibility yet. I thought, oh, we're done. You'll recognize it? Okay. I definitely recognize this part. And the debate that came at the end of it. And I'm like, God damn it, we're not done. Was it actually here that we made it? Was this the spot? Or did we make it one past this? I feel like I did one of these. It might have been right here. I think it was this one. I think it was this one. By the way, if I turn on invincibility, does it just... No, it does work. It works like that. I don't want it to work like that. Okay. We do want to have, at least for now, normal-ish mode. This is it? All right. All right, we're here, folks. We've made it to the last known checkpoint. So now the question is, can I remember the technique here? The main technique that I need to be cognizant of. I play on keyboard. This is not a game that I play with controller. It was before I had a long period, a long stretch where I had not really played controller games, at least not... I played Breath of the Wild. That was about it. And it wasn't until working my way through the FromSoft games and getting to Bloodborne, where I was forced to pick up a controller, that I really got back into controller gaming. So Hollow Knight was before that, which means I learned to play Hollow Knight on a keyboard, and I have too much muscle memory at this point to do it any other way. So keyboard it is, which means my nail swings are the E key, and my dash is the C key. So in order to execute the move that we need to get through this crazy, silly platforming section here, I need to be able to pogo the spikes, and then I need to be able to dash. But I need to be able to do it quickly enough to where I'm not hitting my head on the spikes above. So I need to be able to do a down pogo and then dash right away, which means like a quick press of the E key followed by the C key. And that's after dashing downward through this void tentacle barrier here that I can only pass through because I'm wearing Dash Master, and that lets me dash down. It's stupid. But this is what we're doing here. At least for a few minutes, until I decide that we're just going to turn on no clip again and skip through it. So there you go. Thanks for the stream. Good luck with the game. Sleepy time. Until next time. Mimite, thank you for dropping by. I hope you get a good rest and have a fantastic weekend. Good seeing you as always, friend. Actually, my Friday isn't as good as it was. Accidentally deleted your Elden Ring file. What? There's got to be... Doesn't Steam back these things up? Or I don't know, do you play on PC or PlayStation or Xbox or whatever you play on? There's got to be a way to retrieve an accidentally deleted game file, right? In 2025? Don't ask how. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to ask how. Oh my god, can you imagine if I got my Elden Ring file deleted? Oh my god. Oh my god. The silver lining is that you have an excuse to play Elden Ring again. Oh my goodness. You're on PC, but you have mods. So you don't know if Steam will have it. Yeah, I was actually a little bit concerned here for a little bit with my Hollow Knight game file. Because I kind of like take it for granted that there are backups that either through my cloud backup service or through Steam itself, you would be able to get back your game file somehow. But I should probably look a little bit more diligently into it, because I have done many things on this one save file that would be a little bit disappointing to lose. Those things are documented on video in many places, so we wouldn't really be losing them. But you know, you don't want to lose those little shiny badges if you have your choice. So, okay, enough delay. Time for me to actually jump into action here and start dying. Time to actually start the death portion of the program. Okay, easy. I remember that was when we were doing Impossible. Any percent sounds like easy, E-C, E key, C key. Don't know how I did that. You don't mind restarting, but you were doing a Crucible Knight build and it's a hassle getting all the stuff you want. Oh, shit. Crucible Knight build. Ugh. Yeah, because there is stuff in the DLC that you would have to get your hands on as well, isn't there? Yeah. I'm trying to pogo this thing instead of dashing through it. That I do not recommend. You're gonna have some problems if you try to do it that way. You're also going to have an issue if you try to dash into the wall. I wonder if I can just walk off instead of jumping. The problem is you still have to dash down. Jumping gives me a little bit more time and space. It's one additional thing to do, but I think I need to do it to make this as consistent as possible. It's not required to dash, I guess. Because apparently I did a pogo there without hitting my head. But I think that was the exception. I think I got lucky there. Are you seeing it, Zam? Are you seeing it? It's not great, is it? Why am I not getting my last dash there? Am I pressing C too quickly? Maybe. Yeah, my gripe is that Hollow Knight is really not a platforming game. Ultimately, like, it's not Celeste. Celeste is a game that is built from the ground up to be about this kind of content. And so it controls... Okay, that's progress. It controls like a platformer. It's crisp. It's tight, it's responsive, and it feels flawless. So when you're sitting there dying over and over and over and over and over in a room, you don't mind it so much, or at least I didn't. I had a fantastic time with Celeste. Because it's a platformer. Hollow Knight is not a platformer. It has some platforming in it. Because, you know, I don't know, reasons? But ultimately, Blasphemous is the same way, in my opinion. Blasphemous is the same. They decided to add some platforming stuff to Blasphemous, but realistically, the draw of both Hollow Knight and Blasphemous they are really, really fun to fight against bosses. The combat is a blast. Not so much the platforming. But that could be just me. That's my opinion, at least. So if I dash once, I use my shadow dash to go down through the tentacles. I want there to be three dashes total after it. Because that's when my shadow dash comes back online. I think? Now I'm not pressing the keys at the right time. Don't have the right timing. You would take this multiple times over compared to the mirror rooms in Blasphemous? Are you of the opinion that that Hollow Knight at least controls? I think that's probably fair to say. There's weird stuff, there's funky stuff about the way that Blasphemous controls in particular. The hitboxes on some of those spike floors can be a bit absurd. And yeah. I will say that Hollow Knight has the advantage, but I still don't think of it as a platforming game. Okay, now I'm just not even, like... Oh, what am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong? Okay, so I can take my time. This is another thing that I don't have to rush. Well, at this one, maybe I do. Maybe I do need to just keep going. But I don't want to hesitate. I don't want to, like, sit there pogoing at any of these junctions. I want to just keep the ball rolling. I wonder if I need to be closer to this side. Maybe I don't want a third dash. That I just start closer over here, and then... That might be the way to go. That actually feels better. I get the sentiment that Hollow Knight isn't really a platforming game, but it at least has challenges for platforming designed around how the game works. Blasphemous didn't really have either. I'll think about that. The problem here is that this room is built around speedrun tech rather than core gameplay mechanics. Yeah, and I ain't no speedrunner. I ain't no speedrunner. I don't even know what those words mean. So, what are we're gonna put a time limit on this here. Or maybe we should just say, maybe I should ask how much farther do we have to go? I would assume that this is not the last segment. If I make it through somehow on my own through this one sequence to whatever the next checkpoint is, there's going to be more after that, correct? Is Tai Chi a good game to play if you suck at puzzles? I think probably not. I don't know. It depends on what you mean by suck at puzzles. I would say it's not as difficult as Baba Is You. But I would also say it's probably less approachable than something like The Witness. And definitely you know, games like Myst or Riven that are more like point-and-click puzzle sort of games, adventure puzzle games, those are far down on the difficulty meter. I just don't know if I could get through it completely. Honestly, Zamrock, I have I have one puzzle in particular that I am still stuck on. I've been slowly trying to get the last few puzzles done in Tai Chi over the past like 3 months now. And I've been making slow incremental progress, and I did get some that I was really stuck on for a while. I got a couple of them solved, but there is one in particular that I have not been able to solve on my own, and I've actually reached out to somebody for a nudge. Because I want to wrap up Tai Chi officially on the channel. I would say the answer to the Tai Chi question depends on how insistent you are on not getting assistance. That also is true. If you're okay with reaching out to some people to get like some guidance on parts of it, then it's going to be a lot more accessible. Think you'll get it and just see how it goes? There you go. There is like a return period, right? Like if you get what's the return policy on games if you really feel like it doesn't work out? I have thoroughly enjoyed Tai Chi. I also will say you might get more enjoyment out of it if you have played The Witness. I'm not sure if playing The Witness is a prerequisite to playing Tai Chi, but it definitely draws a lot of inspiration from The Witness, and The Witness is still my favorite puzzle game, and I would highly recommend it to anybody. It's a tough game, but I would say it's still a must-play if you're at least somewhat interested in puzzle games. It has to be under 2 hours of playtime? Okay, okay. Less than 2 hours played, and if it's bought in 2 weeks or so. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if 2 hours played, less than that is going to be enough to be able... It probably is enough to let you know if you're going to want to keep going. Anyway, hopefully that's my input on it. I did see your note, though, maybe, that this is the last segment. So if we can manage to make it through, this is it. So that does give me some hope. That gives me some new life. So if I can start to focus in, dial it in, and stop bitching and moaning about platforming, and actually get good, then maybe we can make it out of here. If you have any particular tips or anything, Mabian, feel free. Like where I would want to enter this Void Tendrils. I don't know if I can get over to there in 2 dashes, which is my current goal, because it feels like that's when my Shadow Dash comes back online. But that might be too... I don't know if I'm timing that correctly. The problem is I'm a little bit low to initiate my dash through the next set of Void Tendrils. So far, at least. Yeah, it's dicey. Like, maybe 3 dashes is... I feel like if I do 3 dashes, though, I'm using my Shadow Dash. Unless I'm supposed to pogo and wait a little bit before that next set of Void Tendrils. Wait for my Shadow Dash to come back online. Maybe, I don't know. Try soft sword tap bounces. You can bounce forever on the same spot. Okay. Welcome in, by the way, Slappers. Good to have you here. I thought that I had done... It maybe depends where you're doing the... Also, I'm not sure what you mean by soft sword tap bounces. Is this a speedrun thing? Or is this an advanced tech that... Are there different types of pogos that give you various, varying degrees of height? And the idea being that... Yeah, right there, I think that was what I was doing last time, is I was delaying until my Shadow Dash was online. I was pogoing there and waiting. Also, as a request, if enough people in the server seem to play Elden Ring Night Rain, could you make a channel for it? Are you talking about making a Discord channel for Night Rain specifically? Go ahead and post that in somewhere in the Discord, and I can definitely do that. No problem doing that at all. Okay. Maybe by soft sword tap bounces, we're talking about like pogoing on the side of the spikes, so I'm not hitting my head on the ceiling. The side next to the void tendrils. Okay. Better. Oops. That was not a jump. I did not pogo there, I dashed. I'm still sometimes dashing when I should be pogoing. Still sometimes just hitting the wrong button. Speedrunners never do that. So, okay, so I'm pogoing there once, and then I need to dash, and then pogo dash again, and then I think I'm gonna have to pogo once or twice to let my shadow dash come back again. Excited for school to be over. Have 3 weeks left till summer break. Let's go. 3 weeks, dang. All you want to do is play DS1? Were you the one who was saying that you had picked up both DS1 and DS2 and you hadn't played them yet? Was that you? Okay. I keep dashing there at the end instead of doing a pogo. Why am I doing that? DS1. Have you started DS1? Okay, so where do I want to pogo there? I should just pogo on the near side of the spikes. The right side of the void tendrils. Dang it. Getting so low, so close to the spikes, I have no margin. Quick stretch of the hands. DS1 is such good memories. Oh man, a couple streams in particular There are some highlights of my DS1 playthrough that are on my Twitch page still. The journey through Anne Orlando in particular. You have started. You've gotten through the first boss, explored their version of the round table, blanking right now on what it's called. Would that be the Firelink Shrine? Then explored, like, the underground area right below it. Okay, okay. Which would probably be New Londo Ruins, would be my guess. Ooh, you are planning on streaming it all? Oh, snap. I did not know you streamed. Wish you had streamed your DS3 playthrough. What's your, are you just, Zamrock on Twitch? I did not think I was actually going to make it through. I thought I was too close. Too close to the spikes. Dang it. Okay, so we can dash twice. But we need to pogo to get our dash back. Pogo on the side. Dang it. Fuck. Can I just pogo there without dashing? Or is it the same story of me hitting my head? Probably, right? Until I get to where the spikes are, or the void tendrils. Zamrock, I'm gonna look you up. Because I love me some DS1 action. Dang, I'm getting... I get in this rhythm of EC, EC, and then I'm like out in the middle of the void tendrils and I'm like, what do I do? So, how do we adjust this? We just need a slight adjustment, which is not going too far to the left. We stop while we're still over spikes. Right? Except I didn't stop when I was over the spikes. Dang it. There's not really a lot of headroom there. I'm gonna temporarily... We're gonna temporarily cheat here to look. We're using Celeste binoculars here. That's it. This is just Celeste binoculars. Because I want to see... I just don't know if I can pogo here. I don't think I can pogo indefinitely. Is the answer to just... I think the answer might be to make my entrance go through the void tendrils on the left-hand side. And that should be the spacing that's going to get me 2 dashes worth right here. That should work. Let's see if that works. Good luck with the summer job, Zamrock. And good luck with DS1, of course. Just getting started with DS1. Oh, man. It's going to be fun. You played Elden Ring and DS3. Have you played Bloodborne? Dang it. Okay. Okay. Shit. Honestly, I'm not sure what I'm doing after this. But I think if we make it past that third set of void tendrils, we can kind of pogo somewhat indefinitely. I just don't quite know what the next step is after that. You have done both both Bloodborne and its DLC. Awesome. Sekiro? Shit, I didn't do the pogo first. No Sekiro just yet. DS1 and DS2 though. Shit. We're getting so low. Oh my god. Planning on playing it last. It is a bit of its own experience, so that is totally reasonable to do. That was supposed to be a dash, not a pogo. Don't pogo instead of dash. Don't do it. Sekiro last is a bold move. Bold strategy, Cotton. Okay, that time I did dash. I promise I hit the C key, but it was too late. Why is... I pressed the C key, but I'm obviously pressing it too late. No, oh my god, okay. The consistency is starting to get there. Oh, you do have Demon Souls Remastered also in the queue. That one, I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do about Demon Souls. Because it does involve a PS5, which I do not have. So, we'll see. Have any of you played... I think, Zamrock, you said you had played Expedition 33? I keep hearing very good things about Expedition 33. Dang it. Too soon. Too soon. No pogo there? Hey there, Hunter M. How you doing? Expedition 33 rocks. So I've heard. You have not, but like you have heard a lot. You just finished it yourself on Monday, Mabian. What's the verdict? Game of the year? I've been hearing Game of the Year mentioned quite often in conjunction with that. No! Where is the dash? Oy. Do I need to double jump there? I don't want to double jump in that little tunnel. But I keep coming up too late. The dash keeps happening too late. Fuck. There's another thing there. Okay. Okay. So, So that one is interesting because it looks like it's only going to take either one dash or maybe none. Maybe I can just pogo my way over to that next set of void tendrils. That would be nice if I could, because then I could just have my shadow dash to go through the next set of void tendrils. Fuck. No. Whew. I'm getting to that point where I might need a break. Just can feel that little bit of monotony and fatigue setting in. Wouldn't be surprised if it got Game of the Year. It was decent, but you did have lots of gripes with it, but you did love the combat. Okay. Okay. Would it be a game that you would be interested in me playing? Because as crazy as it is, eventually one day Elden Ring will end, and then I would, you know, if we are still living in a world that has no Silk Song, because I think probably Silk Song would be the one that I would want to play next after Elden Ring, assuming that it actually does materialize. But if it doesn't, I would want to think about what I would be playing instead. And Expedition 33 seemed like maybe it might be one of those games to consider. Speaking of break, what's the limit for this section? That's a good question. We should maybe put like 5 more attempts and then take a break, or just skip through the section altogether, because we do want to get on to the rest of the content here. So it might be a good, it's just the fact that I know now that this is the last segment makes me want to beat it, because the end's in sight and I'm like, I can do this. Maybe. I know I can do it. It's just at what cost? Nah, what do you mean? There's 6 more Elden Ring DLCs to get through. Once you max level the character, you'll be 100% on it. Great story. No Elden Ring and no Silk Song equals the Akinar Dark Ages. What's up, Sparky? How you doing, friend? I've seen the Sparky streams have been featuring Expedition 33 quite heavily recently. Have not been watching any of them, but I've seen the notifications. And Sparky says, Expedition 33 is genuinely phenomenal, unlike your usual tastes, but it's a game I recommend to anyone. Incredible story. The only thing that I've heard, basically, about Expedition 33, other than I see that it's mentioned and people say it's really good, my sister did tell me that it is an extremely French game. That's the way she put it. I was like, okay, I'm not sure if I know exactly what that means, but I guess that's one way to do it. Slapper says, no, you can do this. No quitting. You'd probably get a kick out of it, and I think it would do well on the channel. But then you do have all those Dark Souls fan mods to get through. Oh my god. We'll put it up for a vote, maybe. We will, the vote of the people shall be heard. I'm not guaranteeing that whatever the people vote is going to see the light of day. It's not necessarily a democracy so much as a benevolent dictatorship, but I do want to know what the people are interested in seeing. I do definitely want that to be part of my consideration. Hey, Aganar, love your Elden Ring and DLC series. Welcome in, Jackie Boy. Thank you for the kind words. The Elden Ring DLC. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I've been doing some recording. I was doing some recording for it earlier this week. Ooh, man. I'm not going to say anything. No spoilers. But, oh man, I'm going to be looking forward to sharing the most recent recording sessions with you all. It is extremely French. Okay, that description does meet up. All your streams have been Expedition 33 and Blueprints for the last month? Is it really just been those 2 games? You had Potionomics in there, didn't you? Or has it already been that long since you played Potionomics? I'm actually glad Akinar doesn't just do Souls games, and is one of the few people I'd watch play games out of your comfort zone. Tai Chi, Blasphemous, Hollow Knight. That's kind of you to say, Samrock. Honestly, I just am I've been recording what I have wanted to play. That's basically anything that I have streamed or recorded over the past, what, however long I've been doing this now, 5 years? That's kind of crazy to think about. Between YouTube and Twitch, it's been like 5 years. And I basically just been playing what was next on my list of things I wanted to do. So it's just so happened that it's been mainly FromSoft games because this is when I started playing them. Yeah, I wanted to. I know that Sparky has given high praise to Blueprints, and I think maybe and as well you would probably agree. I just know that the audience for puzzle games is a little bit more niche, and so I definitely know that I would get a kick out of playing it, and there would be people in the audience that would love it as well. I'm just trying to. Another game that I did pick up recently was Nine Souls. Nine Souls was on sale, and so I did add that. I've been very judicious about games that I add to my backlog, but Nine Souls is one that I felt pretty confident that I'm going to want to play and maybe record for the channel. Potentially after Blasphemous. We'll see. We'll see. Will you play Night Rain? This question has been asked a couple times, Jackie Boy. We might need to do a command or something for Night Rain. I don't have plans at the moment for Night Rain, just because I don't have the mental bandwidth for another. Like, I'm focused on playing Elden Ring and working my way through the Elden Ring DLC. I can't do another FromSoft game, even if it was like its own. I don't know how to explain it. Like, in my mind, I have it as two things. It's another FromSoft game, which I don't want to do two of those at the same time. Also, it's primarily designed as a multiplayer game, which is not my normal go-to these days. And I don't know that I would want to make content for it. With that said, I understand there is a solo mode, and I need to know more about it, probably. That's probably the straight up answer is, at this point, I don't know enough about it to commit to it. But I'm not planning at the moment to make Night Rain content, at least not right when it comes out. Hopefully that makes sense. Ooh, you recently got the infamous 112 in Hollow Knight, Jackie Boy. That is major GG's. Hell yeah. I remember when I reached that moment, it was kind of the last thing that I did, the last big thing that I did in a video game that was off stream. It was, unfortunately, my Hollow Knight first playthrough was right before I started doing content, and getting to 112 happened. I have it recorded. I do have it recorded because I had like the NVIDIA capture software that was like built into the video card that I was like, I want to record this for posterity, but I wasn't streaming it or anything like that. So, but major, that's one of those big gamer accomplishments that you can hang your hat on. If you 112% Hollow Knight, you're a gamer. Let's see if we can get a couple attempts in here. I got some chat to catch up with, but I also got to make some attempts on this. Because we got to make some headway. We gotta get through this at some point. I gotta put my E's and my C's together. Am I using my shadow dash there? No, I didn't dash. That one I didn't dash. Shit. Oh right, I can stop there. I always forget I can stop there. Which is what I did on my most successful attempt yet. There's a lot to put together. A lot of key presses to put together all in a row. Shit! God damn it. I'm not refreshing my dash. That's what's happening, right? That's why in each of those instances, it's not that my dash was not being done in time, it's that I don't have one. So I have to refresh my dash. I have to get to that side so I can refresh it. Gotta do it. Shit. Damn it. Couple more. And then I will take a break. 2 more. That doesn't count. Gotta make it through the void tendrils at least for it to count. Dang it. Too high. I'm too high. But that's the right idea. That's the right idea. Okay, I think what we will do is we'll catch up with chat here, and then I'll take a break, and then we will spend until 4 o'clock. We'll go until 4 o'clock, and then we will move on with our lives. And I can always, if I want to satisfy my own, the part of my brain that says I can do anything in a video game. If I really want to satisfy that, I can come back on my own time, and that's what we'll that's what we'll call it. Does it sound like a good plan, Mabian? I think it's a good plan. Let's try to catch up with Chad, and we'll make the first part of that here. Hey, Nemo, you are I believe refreshing your membership because I see a wonderful Thorns of Agony badge there. Welcome to the round table. Welcome to Roundtable Night is the message in chat. That's funny. We'll have to work on getting that sent out there. But Nemo, I appreciate your membership to the channel. We've got several members in chat with various badges as we're now into the 2nd month of badges, which is pretty fun. Hope you all are enjoying the fun perks that come along with membership. Still on this area, yes. We're not going to be on it for that much longer. We have set a limit on when we will power our way through, even if it takes cheating technically to do so. But yeah, 2nd month. Yeah, I didn't know where the new upload was. The new upload. Oh, is it not? It should be on the playlist. It should be a part of the playlist. Like you should, the members' first videos should be visible in the Elden Ring playlist. But let me know if you don't find it there. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see what we've got here. I hear you on the Puzzle Viewer audience. Blueprints is a whole lot more than Tai Chi, for example, though. Lots going on, very deep, many mysteries, and much lore to uncover. Okay. It's not just, you know, straight up puzzles only. No frills, nothing extra, just puzzles. There is a lot more going on. And that, it does sound very cool. Just the description of a roguelike mixed with a puzzle game is intriguing on its own. I gotta see how that works. Liza P is on my radar. I have not played that yet. I would throw it into the mix to see where people would rank it, get a poll going and see where it ranks on what people would want to see played on the channel. You were very happy, but you're too scared to do P5. I had similar feelings. Give it some time. Give it some time. Relish your accomplishment. Savor it. And I'm betting there will come a point not too far down the road where you'll be like, you know what? Maybe let's do P5. It might happen, just saying. That's what happened with me, at least. Welcome in, JV, by the way. Are you talking about Night Rain when it comes to boss rush kind of stuff? You still recommend giving it a try? I'm not ruling it out because I know ultimately it is a FromSoft game. Oh my god. Thank you for the super chat here. I'm not sure what currency this is. Feel free. Forgive my ignorance on the abbreviation there of NOK. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries. This might be a reference. If it's a reference to something, also feel free to fill me in because Akinar doesn't get references. But either way, I appreciate the super chat, slappers. Thank you for hanging out with us today. I hate Pogo Parkour, and that's why I won't do the Path of Pain. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the same way, Jackie Boy, which is why we're not going to be on this forever. I've already spent more time on this section than I probably should have, given my also lack of, I don't get as big of a kick out of parkour in Hollow Knight for sure. I'm much more of a Celeste. I'll take Celeste all day long. Not so much in Hollow Knight. My friend who I usually chat Soulsborne with absolutely can't help himself but tells me all this tips and tricks for DS1 before he even gets anything out. I tell him I'm going the Akinar route. Yeah, it's a funny thing because I understand the impulse to want to help, quote unquote. I've had that impulse myself many times in the past because you have this thing of, oh, I can help smooth out the process, all this learning and frustration and process that I had to go through in my first journey. I can help the new person avoid all of that. But what you don't necessarily think about too much is the fact that that process, it may not be like 100% enjoyable every single moment, but in its totality, that process is irreplaceable. The process of learning is still fun on its own. It definitely is for me. And I think it is for most people. It's just, you don't necessarily realize it until somebody comes along and says, oh, do this and do that and do this and do that. And then you realize, wait a second, I'm not the one really playing the game and learning this on my own. That's how I feel about it, at least. Going the Akinar route, though, I like that. Elden Ring DLC, blasphemous completion, and this. How much masochism can you take? I guess I just have a thing for it. Thank you also, Nemo, for the super chat. Has this area taken more time than the bosses? Actually, no. Hegemol on his own, I think, has taken more time than anything else. So we at least have that going for us. The boss fun has still outweighed the parkour ridiculousness. Is it from Monty Python's Holy Grail? I have to admit that that is a movie that I'm gonna have to rewatch one of these days. I tried watching Monty Python's Holy Grail, I don't know how many years ago now, but it was like in college, in my undergrad. I tried to watch it because it was spoken so highly of, and I didn't get it. Or it wasn't, I thought, is this just not my sense of humor? I just didn't find it funny. But I think I need to give it another chance or something, because maybe I was in a mood when I tried to watch it, or I don't know what the deal was. I just remember not gravitating to Holy Grail. And that does sound like it would be a Monty Python line, which maybe I need to give it another chance. Have you ever played Hades? Yes. Hades was one that we streamed on Twitch, and I do have a couple highlights still over there on my Twitch page, including a sub 12 that we managed to get. My best time was like 11... Oh, I don't remember what the time was at this point, but I think it was a sub 12. It's been a year or two now. So I wouldn't say I was trying to speedrun Hades per se, but I did get a reasonably fast time eventually in that game, in the process of just going for like 32 heat and whatnot. So I am looking forward to playing Hades 2 at some point when it is finally fully out of early access. Learning is fun. Akinar, no nerd. 2025, exactly. How's it going there? Is it Omer? Metin? Nice to see you live. I'm curiously waiting for you to complete Elden Ring and dive into lore videos and stuff so we can discuss on stream. Hope that day will come soon. We'll see. Well, I mean, it will come eventually. But as I have mentioned, I may still take some time, even once we're done with the DLC, I may still take some time on my own to enjoy like a New Game Plus run, or at least some of a New Game Plus, before I dive like straight into lore videos. Because there are still some things that I kind of want to uncover on my own, doing things differently and whatnot, before I have Vati or somebody else kind of like, when you watch a lore video, you often see like so much stuff that you haven't seen on your own. So we'll see when we get to that sort of content. You could always go straight on to Blasphemous 2. I think I'll probably take a little while before I get to Blasphemous 2, but that is definitely down the road. Ooh, completely destroyed mode with Comet Azure. Interesting. The parkour fun. It's a very particular sense of humor, yeah. First time you tried it as well was in college. You didn't get through it, but then you watched it a few years ago, and again last year, loved it both times. Okay, so maybe you have to be a little more grown up. So I should give it another try. I've heard Shadow of the Colossus is pretty good. I don't know if and when I would get around to playing that, but I think I did add it to my wish list. Oh, they're actually doing a new game, huh? Interesting. Gotta get that New Game Plus Fringe Tower. Jesus Christ. Damn it, converted Fringe Tower. Okay, this is where we will... We already... Yeah, okay. I said 4 o'clock. We should probably stick to that. So I'll make my break like about 2 or 3 minutes here. We'll do a quick restroom break, and then we're going to spend a few minutes more trying to get through this legitimately, and then we will call it a day. In fact, I will set the timer. I'm going to give myself a little bit more. I'm going to put 15 minutes on it right now. So it's going to be like 4:02. And then that will be the end of it. And we'll move on to whatever is next here. So, quick BRB, and we'll see if we can do this shit. Okay, let's do this. WBRB screen. Yeah, we've had my brother put together the bonfire screen many years ago now, and that's been our oldie but a goodie carrying us through the streaming days until now. The new streaming days. Good stuff. By the way, slappers, soft spike bounces. Feel free to explain. I still don't quite understand what we mean by soft spike bounces. What the difference is. Even as much as I've played Hollow Knight, I am not aware of... Or maybe I am, and I just never have heard them called soft spike bounces before. Dang it, there needs to be a pogo there. Too low to the spikes. Didn't dash through the void tendrils. Didn't pogo. So many things I didn't do. No! I had no shadow dash. That was so good. I need to pogo again because I'm using my shadow dash there, and it's not regenerating with just one. Unless I. No, it needs to be a pogo. What am I doing? Why did I dash there? I actually had my shadow dash, I think, that time. No! No! Come on, man! I think my shadow dash is actually intact with that timing. I just need to just do it. Or am I not refreshing? I'm still not refreshing my I need to refresh the dash. No! There was no dash there. There was no dash that time. Fuck. Is that what you're talking about? The soft spike bounces are like the pogo into the dash quickly? That is what I'm trying to do, and I guess that's called a soft spike bounce. So sometimes they're being done correctly, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff that's not. And sometimes I'm getting too close to the spikes. That was... I didn't pogo dash. Ah, there was no dash. EC. EC. There was no... Sometimes I think I'm pressing E and C like simultaneously. Or I'm pressing C far too close. Dashing far too close to the pogo for it to have properly registered. There still has to be at least just enough spacing between the two. Like, that was good, except I just needed to go a little farther to the left. See, and then my... What am I doing differently where my shadow dash is running out sometimes? There it was active, I think, if I had just gone for it. No, but I still need to refresh the dash. No. Okay, I'm pogoing like too soon. Pogoing too soon. This sucks. I hate this game. Ah! I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Only 5 minutes and 50 more seconds of this, maybe, and we're almost there. What? Ah! They couldn't have given me, like, a little more headroom. Just a little more headroom. Why? That time, my shadow dash wasn't there. What am I doing differently? What am I doing differently? What am I doing differently? Don't pogo the last black stream? But I think I have to, otherwise my dash is not there. Like... I think I've tried doing that before, and the spacing that I was using, at least, was ending up with me not dashing because I didn't have a dash. And I was pogoing to get myself, to get my dash back. Okay. See, that's how I want it to work. Then, once I go through, I pogo once. I don't have time to look at it. I don't have time to look at it. Just keep going. See, okay. Okay. Dang it. Pressing E and C at the same exact time. Gotta space them out. Actually have to dash. Shit! So there, if I do just pogo, instead of like quickly pogo dashing again, if I just pogo there, I could theoretically just dash downward, but I feel like if I try to do that again, I'm gonna hit my head. Like that. So, with 2.5 minutes left on my timer, I'm too late in the game to try something new. We have to go with what we've got here and hope I can brute force it. Because we're sadly just out of time. Don't rush. Take your time, but hurry up. Ay, 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 ay. Shit! I was close. I was close enough. No, oh my god. Oh my god, the pain. The pain. Now, where's my shadow dash? It's because I was going so fast there. Fuck. This is the worst. This area can be horrible. Not wrong. Not wrong, my friend. Oh my god, come on! Okay, now I'm just consistently coming up short there. Okay. Alright, I think we're gonna make this the last attempt. We're gonna have one more attempt here for the road. And then we're gonna put an end to my pain and suffering. We're going to have sweet relief at long last. Or something. No shadow dash. I swear to God. I swear to God. All right. All right. There it is, folks. That's it. But we like your pain and suffering. Some people do, Sparky. It's true. Others would like to see me play the remainder of the content in this wonderful, amazing fan-made piece of content. So, we're gonna split the baby here, and we're going to witness what the this would have looked like, imagining that I was perfectly soft. What did we call these? Soft spike bouncies, soft pogos, which I learned today was a yeah. See, maybe it's been counting down the seconds. Oh man. Just noticed a new part for the Elden Ring DLC is available now. Can't wait to watch it. Tuesdays and Fridays, baby. Tuesdays and Fridays. That's when they come out. And sometimes, every once in a while, you get a bonus episode on a Sunday. But those are, I don't promise those. I promise Tuesdays and Fridays. Have you at least seen the end of this section? I don't think so. This is as far as I've gotten, basically. Right here. Right here. This is it. And I might have... Did I make it through this? Okay, I think this was the PB. I think... yeah, okay, see, look at it. We weren't even to the worst part. We weren't even to this part. Here, look at this. Look at this bullshit. Like, who thought this was a good... Who thought this was a good idea? To put this in this? How does this happen? And then there was this. And then they did it again. Again! Okay. Alright. Now, maybe it's possible that there is some sort of, I don't know, other fun surprise that might be waiting at the end of this thing. So we're going to turn off the cheat mode and see what would have happened and just assume that I brilliantly, flawlessly navigated my way through that just absurd nonsense. Okay, all right. No path of pain ending, at least not yet. What is this? Is this like, this is like a flower? Any flower emotes in chat? A flower, but void? What the hell? Oh, it's the last charm. Abyssal Bloom. Are we gonna have to make a void flower emote? Abyssal Bloom. 5 notches. A dark blossom that was cursed to restrain an uncontrollable power. Even though the darkness within may be repressed, it writhes in a volatile manner, threatening to break free. The bearer gains overwhelming power as they draw nearer to death. Okay. Don't know exactly what that means, but I also don't want to know just yet. No spoilers. But, okay. Okay. I think I know. Oh, we have to go to a bench. This isn't blasphemous. Gotta go to a bench, baby. Okay. Alright. We can swim in the void, right? Very interesting, Jackie boy. Imagine it's just more difficult parkour. Yeah, I might have... Imagine if I had dropped in at the wrong spot there, turning off the cheat mode. Alright. So, we don't want to heal ourselves, do we? Well, we're gonna have to heal ourselves as we make it to a bench. So we don't have the access to the bench warp mod, as it has malfunctioned in the process of us playing through the file here. We are going to use the ghetto bench warp, I guess you could say. The poor man's version of bench warp to send us back to the City of Tears. I hope that was the end of things there. I presume there was not more to do in the Abyss. Hopefully I didn't quit out too soon there. Bench warp classic. Exactly. Mabian, feel free. If you have a nudge ready, feel free to lend me that nudge so that we know where we're proceeding to next. And I hope it doesn't involve me using Dashmaster, because... Okay, your nudge is Defender. Alright. So we're going to throw on this Abyssal Bloom. And we're also going to throw on King's Honor, because that's kind of the charm of the mod. And then, we got to see what this does. So... And I'm also, of course, curious to see what happens when I combine it with Fury of the Fallen. But I won't do it yet. We'll just try to get the effect on its own. I just have no idea what charms I want to use. I'm just thinking, what gets us to... What gets us... Oh yeah, being overcharmed is what gets us there. Because we take double damage. I don't know. Do I want to do that? Do we overcharm? Do we do it? We'll do double damage, but with Dream Shield. Okay. We're doing that there. We're going to see how that goes. Okay, I'm not using Bench Warp here now, so if we are going to the Dung Defender, there's a couple places where that... It's the same nudge that Mabian gave me at the start of the Tail Court mod. And so the first place that I checked was the Dung Defender boss room. And I think that still is the most sensible place for us to go first. Whoa! Wait a minute. Whoa. Oh, shit. So... we have Void Tendrils, ladies and gentlemen. Bro. What happens if I charge? It changes the nail arts. Oh my god. It gives new animations, not just to your nail, which is now Void Tendrils, but all the nail arts as well. Ooh, baby. You don't even have... I thought we had to wait until we got down to low health. Little did I know. Does it change any of our spells? Let's get a little bit of Sally's Blessing here. Before we go to the defender, we got to do a little bit of science. Just trying to get the best visibility here. It's not the best spot for this, but the spells look the same. And it doesn't make sense that it would change the spells because they're already kind of void spells as they are, right? So, but oh, that is so cool. Void tendrils. Don't need no stinking nail. Does it change the we're still the pure nail in the inventory. That would have been pretty funny if they changed it over to void tendrils in there as well. King Station, please. Okay. Awesome. The charm editions have been so much fun. Little bit too low. Defender, show yourself. Okay. Sleepy time? No sleepy time. Okay. So this is not the only place, though, where this hint would apply. Because the hint, after unsuccessfully finding anything of interest in this room, at the beginning of the Pale Court, we ventured off into Isma's Grove. That was the next... Actually, we could go there through... Going the normal way instead of just using bench warp or something is actually kind of fun. Getting to relive the actual intended shortcuts that the game provides you, such as Eternal Emilitia's. The Void Tendril Pogoing. The Void Tendril Pogoing, wow. How's it going there, Stop Drop? Welcome in. Thank you for the kind words. It is interesting to be able to, you know, check out somebody who has a different style than you. And I know there are a lot of people, I have a couple friends in particular, that are like, lore in my video game? Why? I just want to play the game. But for me, the lore and the dialogue is such an integral part of the game, and everybody gets a kick. Everybody gets a different level of enjoyment from these different aspects. So I'm welcome on in, and I'm glad that you have been enjoying the videos, even if it is not your way of doing things. Ooh, there was a little bit extra loading time there. I don't know if that means anything. I wanted to give him the royal stinky death. Okay, so we came here at the start. We came here to start the Pale Court, and we had a boss fight. Coming back here, I would assume there is still a boss fight to be had. And I don't see why this boss fight would be any different. I'm thinking that this is not what Mabian was hinting at. I love the music in this fight. And the whole atmosphere of this fight is just fantastic. Isma as a boss is just so well done. But I also don't see anything different. So, Defender. Defender. Wake up. And show me the map. Defender. Where else does where else would if you have any ideas on this, Sparky, let me know. Or anybody else who hasn't even if you have played the Pale Court mod and you know what the next thing is to do, and you perhaps have a nudge that extends on Mavian's nudge, feel free to give that. We're not quite at the outright direction stage just yet, but we're not that far off from it. This is not the pure Akinar method that we're applying here, where I really want to have as little help as possible. I'm much more open to getting to the right spot. No idea beyond visiting where Defender is, yeah. Defender. Like someplace associated with... Like, do I need to check around Isma's Grove? Is there some other place here that's not just the boss fight? Or was there more to... I don't think there would have been... We checked his boss room. We checked underneath. There's not many other places. Are there, in fact, any other places that we actually interact with the Dung Defender? There's one last obvious spot that I haven't looked. This is just where I haven't played Hollow Knight in such a long time, at least not in this line of thinking. Defender. King's Pass? Would that be linked to the Defender? The White Lady, potentially. White Lady potentially could be a thing. Is it somewhere else in the waterways? Like, my mind is going to the fact that the Pale Court is a reference to, like, the White Palace when it was in its whole state, when it was actually a magnificent white palace. All the knights were there. The king held court. The Pale Court. And that's because that's kind of like the boss arena that we've been going to. It's the boss arena that we go to for the dream version of the Dung Defender, and it's also for each of these knights that we fought against in the mod. So we could go back to the entrance to White Palace, and that wouldn't take us very long to check, so we might as well do that. In fact, I can use my Dream Gate. We'll do it. We'll do it the. I'll mildly rephrase. There is one last simple spot you haven't checked. Okay, so maybe not an obvious spot, but a simple spot. Simple as in easy to check or quick to check. Not something that you have to go extremely out of your way. I presume that's what simple would mean. This feels like a pretty tenuous connection to Defender. Because other than the boss arena in the Dream version, Dung Defender is not really tied to White Palace. So I don't think that this is it. But I am having a little bit of a tough time thinking through what it might be. Defender. Let's go back to the White Lady, just to be sure, because she did have several additional pieces of dialogue that they added as part of Pale Court. So the White Lady content has been modified, or add an addendum. You're still on about Akinar Grand Theft Auto 6. I hate to break it to you, Zamrock, but even in 2043, I don't think it's gonna happen. I just don't think so, my friend. But I like the meme. Rest in peace, Cloth. The MVP, my favorite character. No. No, that's the same dialogue, I believe. Yep. I think we're gonna need a next level nudge, maybe, or if you don't have one, we can just cut to the chase, I suppose. But I don't think I'm getting this one. I don't think I'm quite getting another place that's associated with Defender. Outside of, we did Isma's Grove. Waterways was pretty close to home. So we should continue in the Waterways, but where? Did I just not go to quite the right spot? Like, there's this area outside of his boss room that has the dung texturing. But I wouldn't think to find him here. Defender. There is the... Okay, so there is the... Okay, I have an idea. My idea is Took. Is that their name? Took? Because I do think it is one character that does, at least I remember from Randomizer. I don't know if you have to do this in the actual game, but in Randomizer you are required to wear Defender's Crest in order to get a special reaction out of Took. The water brings me everything I wish for. I just need to find it. This doesn't seem different. We just got another Rancid egg. Okay. So that's not it. There's the junk pit. Are we supposed to go back to Godhome? Because outside of Isma's Grove and the Dung Defender's boss room, like, that's the only place that I can think of in Waterways that actually has Dung Defender, right? Do we go back to Godhome? I guess that's a real question. Yeah. Real question. Do we go back to Godhome? Can't hurt. God damn it. Okay. All right. I'm going to be going back here anyways, because the only other stuff that I would be doing on this file would be Godhome related. So, you know, we're going back there eventually. Am I going the right way? Is the only question here. I'm not even going the right way, am I? I'm way too high. Shit. Damn it. It's been so long since I've done this in a non-randomizer setting. And the only randomizers that I played at all recently have been room randos. So those wouldn't help me either, because nothing's connected in the way it should be. I was just like, it's to the left. To the left, to the left. And that's how you get to Godhome. Wait, no, I'm still, hold on. We're still going the wrong way here. Still the wrong way. It's coming back to me now. All coming back to me now. No, it is down here. Just have to make it through this area without dying while overcharmed. Good thing D-Dark exists. That's not D-Dark. Oh, wrong level. Fuck. Oh yeah, I have Shadow Dash too. Both of those will do the trick. We need to get you an updated flower, friend. Haven't you heard? Void flowers are all the rage. Okay, now. If the clue is defender, then the first place that I would think to go would be down here. What? What? Oh. I see. Okay. Tiso, you say. I would not have guessed that. I would not have guessed that. You'll see in just a moment, Sparky. I think. Have they added it here? Maybe they haven't added it here. It's possible it's not actually here. And if it's not here, there's only one place that I could think that it would be. Huh. Are you sure, Mavian? Are you sure I passed it? Huh. It is underneath the Dung Defender. They're actually taking us to the Pale Court? Okay, okay, so okay, the first thing I'm seeing here is you've got a statue right here, which you can't see very well when I'm standing in front of it with my poop charm. But this statue that's a little bit bronze, I think is a king's mold. Set in like a Hall of God bronze type statue. And you've got another platform. Oh, you've got multiple platforms here. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh, it sounds like I did pass something else. Okay, okay. I may have been looking for something else at first. This is not what I was... Okay. This makes a little more sense. So what they're giving us here... Wow. We actually get Hall of God entries for each of the bosses that we did. That's cool. That's very cool. It's also... God damn it. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh. Are they doing what I think they're doing here? Are they... Have they brought back the ability for us to replay the sit? Oh no, there's actually something here. Oh, what the fuck? The Champion's Call. For a second, I thought that this was just to give people another chance to sit on the throne. That's what I thought this was. Which would have been pretty cool on its own. But this is actually a thing. Okay, I don't know what Champion's Call is. My first guess is that we're doing like, this is like P6. And it has all these other bosses that have been added to the Pale Court. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. So I might have gotten maybe I wasn't supposed to look at that list, maybe, and I don't know. Maybe I wasn't supposed to look at that list. But, you know, the list is there. There's a bench here. Okay, that's cool. The list is there, and it is what it is. We're gonna go, before I do the Champion's Call, that is what we're gonna do here, with the time that we've got left. And I'm gonna redo my charms so I'm not freaking overcharmed for this. But, I do want to look around this Hall of Gods one more time. Because maybe I did walk past something. But I thought I didn't. I thought I did not. Oh. Oh, I get it now. I get it now. Okay. Here it is. Fun fact, this is where you were supposed to start the mod. Really? Each plinth has a hint for where to find each boss. Bro, we didn't need no hints. Come on, man. You act as though this is a channel where we do, where we do hints. As you were just giving me a hint to get me to this place. It's funny. This is the place that I needed to be more than nudged into getting to. Huh. Okay. Well, before we change our charms, we are going to jump into this. No, that's not the button. We are going to give this one try. Okay. Let's not do this just yet. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. We're gonna do the Champion's Call first. One thing at a time here. We'll get to that in due time. But I want to see what this Champion's Call is. I have a feeling that I'm gonna be utilizing each of these challenges to do some practicing. Palpatine, do it. Do it. Do not resist. Okay, so we want to try this new... I like this Void Tendril business. The question is, what do we like alongside it? Probably not Dream Shield. If we... Oh, shit. This one. This is the one we want. Except I have to hit that button. That's the button I have to use. And we're gonna take off Stinky Charm. I know we're here. I know we're here, but I need the room. Because I have to know what this is gonna be like. I have to see what this is gonna be like. Oh, no, they don't work together. Oh, that's so sad. All the other charms have synergized together so far. This is the first one that hasn't. If I take this off... Wait, what? It doesn't work with Quick Slash either? Or is it bugged? Oh, or it has to do with the fact that I was wearing Joni's Blessing. Oh. So somehow... Okay. Okay. Then why don't we see how this works? Why don't we see how this works without Joni's Blessing? And we'll just do it like this. Because I have a feeling this is going to activate when we get to... it's not the one I want to do. Sorry. I wanted to do this guy. And when we get to a certain health point, we lose a certain amount of health. That's gonna activate the Void Tendrils, I think. I think? Champion's Call. What this be? Maybe it's just all 4 of these bosses together in a row. Maybe that's all it is. Oh, it's Dung Defender first? White Defender? Okay. Shit. I forget that's a thing. I'm a little spammy right now. I'm a little spammy. Okay, I'm so screwed. I'm so screwed. No, what? I was not prepared. I was so not ready for that. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no, oh no. ONS, anybody? What the? This is not, this is so much worse than a P6. This is, this is, what? How are we gonna do this? What? Maybe it's like, yup. Oh my god. What? The sprouts. So we've got her vine coming out of the ground. And she's throwing like vine-laced dung balls. Am I seeing this correctly? We are finally at Void Tendril status, by the way. We are finally at that point. I wonder if the Void Tendrils are just better with Joni's Blessing. And not trying to do this quick slash nonsense. This is insane, dude. Isma plus Dung Defender in the same fight. What the hell? Oh my god. Love me a little ONS. Holy shit. This is amazing. What a treat. This is going to be a nightmare to try to do this fight, but what a treat. Definitely from a lore standpoint, if nothing else. Isma plus Dung Defender united at last. I'll just note that I eventually gave up and invincibled your way through the fight? Really? Oh my god. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Mabian has enticed me even more into wanting to do this fight. I feel like he's just taunting me with his little ad-libs, Dung Eater. Dung Defender, you mean? Yeah. Doma. Dung Boy is the best. Wow. If nothing else for the sake of learning, Joni's Blessing is probably a good call. And doing this. This is just for learning. Because I don't know where we're going to heal, if at all. We're not going to do this for too much longer, because I do have to go in about 15 minutes. But, okay. So we'll do this for a little while, and then I do want to try the other thing. We got to do the other thing at least for a little bit. Because I was thinking that this might be a P6 sort of thing that eventually we would get to see. We would get to see the other addition to that list. And I thought we might organically see him in the wild. I'm trying to bow, but I'm frozen. I'm trying to bow, but I'm frozen. What is that move? What the fuck? I can understand maybe and why you would say, you know what, I don't know if I can deal with this bullshit. Because this is kind of bullshit. This is a little bit on the bullshit side, I gotta say. A little bit of bullshittery is at hand right now. A little bit of bullshittery is being unleashed. No heal run. I mean, where are you supposed to heal anyways? Where do I heal anyways? Why would I even consider it? Oh, just you wait? Oh boy. No. I'm sure that's the worst that it can possibly get. I'm sure we've only seen the exactly what we're gonna see the entirety of the time. I'm sure that that's the case. What movement pattern do they want you to follow? What movement pattern are they wanting you to try to get into here? And then the walls close in on you a little bit. So you can hit her. I hadn't thought of that until just this second, but of course you can hit Isma in her boss fight, so why wouldn't you be able to hit her here? I somehow accidentally hit my... Let me just get that off the screen here, hold on. Oh, there's 3 dung balls that she throws that time. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is going to be fun. This is going to be more fun than you should be allowed to have. Holy shit. Okay. Okay, there you go. Sit on the throne to answer the champion's call. Spell build might be the way to go. Probably wouldn't hurt to go spell build. Oh, I forgot that goes all the way across the arena. But the extra reach on the Void Tendrils here is nice. Can't take a hit like that. So at first she only throws like the one dung ball. But she starts to throw more as the fight goes on. And it always seems to coincide. It always seems to coincide when she's throwing, or when Dung Defender throws the dung balls. That is. So they throw dung balls at the same time. That seems to be a pretty steady pattern. The sides, whoa, he's just burrowed forever. He's just burrowed forever. Okay, Did it bug out there? Or is that intended? Because, am I supposed to go up and hit her, I guess? That felt a little buggy. But it was progress, at least. No, as in it's not bugged out. Okay. Okay. We've been introduced to the Champion's Call. That is going to be some interesting fun. I may or may not work on some of these solo fights to try to get, you know, attuned, ascended, and then of course radiant. It was intended. Okay, so we got to figure something out there. Maybe I need to Abyss Shriek Isma. Because now, of course... Oh, wait a second. There's a second thing here? You can just... Oh, you can just do it here. And have... Oh, of course, because why wouldn't you want to do a radiant version of that fight? Of course. Of course. Am I that crazy, folks? Am I that insane? Okay. Answer, maybe. One last thing here before we hit the road is we're going to check out this other thing. This other thing that's been added. Are you still here, Sparky? Do you want to see this? Do you want to see what have they possibly done? The Vain God of Restless. The Vain God of Restless. Narrator, he was that insane. Listen to this music. Oh my god, this music. Boy, this music is fucking a bop. Oh my god, wait a second. Tiso has a shooter shield? What the fuck? That's fucking amazing. And then he drops hand grenades. Bro, this music though. Why is this so freaking good? The hand grenades, by the way. Oh my god. This is so good. What the actual hell? Okay, first of all, Descending Dark is too damn good. That was a first try. Holy shit. But also, Tiso has a machine gun shield, and he drops hand grenades, and then he massacres Brooding Moloch at the end, but then self-destructs. Is that what I just saw? Is that what I just saw? That might be the best thing I've ever seen in Hollow Knight. Possibly. Oh my god, I almost want to see it again, if nothing else, just for the music. Music. This is so intense and just freaking amazing. Oh my god, I have no soul. He's trying to poke me. He's got like a pokey upwards attack with his shield as well. Yeah, he's trying to do... We're dodging it so far. No! Oh my god, the hand grenades do double damage. Oh shit. Okay, Ascendant's a little bit more of a handful. What the fuck? I am so glad. This was the first thing, Sparky, when I walked in the door. The first thing that I checked, which maybe I shouldn't have, but I did. I checked the list. And the first thing I saw is that, wait a second, why does it say rad all the way over there on the far right? That was the first thing I noticed. And then I looked at the rest of the list and I saw the new entry that had no shiny Radiant badge next to it. And it was Tiso. And then I did, as Mabian said, I did walk right by because I didn't realize that he did not get his own pedestal. I should have been looking for a lever where he would be the alternate to the Brooding Moloch fight, because of course he would. Of course. Holy shit. That is where we're going to wrap up this installment of Hollow Knight Pale Court, folks. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. Everybody who has been hanging out, chatting. Thank you to, I think, Nemo and oh man, I need to alt tab into chat to remind myself who I think it should be. Oh no, it should be in this menu up here, shouldn't it? The top chatters should show. It was Slappers. Thank y'all for the super chats and the re-up on the membership by Nemo. Oh my god, this is what the fuck? I'm so glad that we decided to. We would have been here for the rest of the stream and beyond if I had stuck with that platforming challenge, because there was still so much nonsense still to be had. There was 2 more of those double vertical void tendril gates that we had to go through. I was gonna have to dash down, pogo, and dash down again. I'm so glad we didn't. I'm so glad that we decided to check out oh, dude, Isma plus Dung Defender. That does feel like it is going to be a nightmare, but it is also so dang cool. And I love what they have done with this Pale Court mod. It has been outside of the platforming, which I have my opinions on. Everything else that they have done, considering most of it is boss fight oriented. Mwah. And the music, so dang good. But that's going to be it for me for today. I'm not sure when we'll do another stream, if I'm feeling it next Friday. Fridays is usually, if I do a stream, it will often be on Fridays. So maybe next week we will continue on with this. We'll see exactly what is going on then. But I'm so looking forward to getting more, now that the platforming's out of the way. I'm kind of interested in doing more Pale Court. So whatever the case may be, whenever I see y'all next, thank y'all very much for joining me. And I hope to see you in the next one.